Hello, everyone. As you all know, I suffer from massive clinical depression due to the loss of everyone that I love. But anyway, I'm going to talk about a show that's become quite famous. Now, as you all know, I like watching preschool shows. Not because I'm not see, maybe not all the time, but because there's something fascinating about them. Some of them can be really good and others can be oh so garbage. But then there are those that stand the test of time as some of the best of all time. And one of those shows is, of course, Bluey. This is a show that's become quite famous over time for being one of, if not the best preschool show of all time, for being inclusive, very realistic, and very relatable, which is a lot of preschool shows are tried to do, but is very hard to do. So I'm going to talk about this show, my idea of it. I didn't watch it originally because I thought, not because I thought it was, too kiddish for me, even though my standards. It was because I didn't really have the time, but I finally got the time to watch it, and yeah, it's just as fantastic as everyone says it is. First off, let me talk about the characters. This is a world full of only dogs, and the characters feel very realistic. Of course, you have the main character of the show, Bluey, as you can tell. She is the main character. And yeah, I know everyone jokes of mistaking Bluey for a boy because blue is a boy color, as I'm told by leftists. I mean, the supporters. But I will not, absolutely not at all, say that Bluey is a boy throughout the entire video, because if I do, I'll be cancelled by Twitter. Because as everyone knows, Twitter is the most baby pansy stupid website on the planet who complain about literally everything. So I will try not to get involved with them, because if I do, I'll have my ass handed to me and I will get cancelled. As just saying leftist wasn't that bad enough. So, then you have Bingo, Bluey's younger sister, who is my favorite character in the show because she is an absolute rise of a character. She's hysterical. But of course, another one of the best characters in the show is Bandit, the father of the two, who is considered the best character of the entire show, and I can see why. He's an even bigger rise. He's funny. He's a good father figure. He sometimes makes mistakes, which real fathers actually do. Then you have Chili, the mother, who is also a really cool character as well. And there's lots of other side characters I will not mention because if I did talk about each of them, then we'd be here forever. Not every character is a good one. Like Judo's not really that interesting of a character. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Muffin can be kind of annoying sometimes, but she's 3, so what else can you really say? She's 3 years old. So, there's lots of different characters, and they're all different breeds of dog, and it's really cool that they include all these different dog breeds: Dalmatians, Heelers, Labradors. I had a Labrador myself. Rest in peace. A Beagle, Border Collie, Poodle, Dachshund, Afghan Hounds, and of course, a Jack Russell Terrier named Jack Russell, who has ADHD, one of the first neurodivergent characters in TV, in a preschool show called Bluey, in a world full of talking dogs. So that's really nice. Another thing I like about the show is the animation. Obviously, I can't show it because copyright. I made this video before, which also got copyrighted. So, respect the algorithm, absolutely. So, the animation, if you have seen the show, is really good. The backgrounds can be simplistic or really beautiful. And of course, there's the character designs are simple. Yes, complex enough to not be oversimplified. I think I might have broken my hand, so yeah. Well, I didn't need them anyway. What else can I praise about the show that no one's praised? Oh yeah, the music. The music is three types: simple music, music based on other music, and then orchestrated scores. The orchestrated scores are the best because holy for holies, some of these scores are some of the best I've heard in any show. Take the episode of season 2, Sleepy Time, which is considered one of the best, if not the best episode of the show. And yeah, that's right, it's the best episode of the show. It's such an emotional powerhouse of an episode that you should really watch it for yourself. The score is absolutely amazing. The music, they're the same thing. The animation has that extra piece of detail to it. The message is really good for kids. It's just an all-around fantastic episode, and it definitely deserved. Did it get an award? Probably did. Imagine an award given to a show about talking dogs, and then something like Breaking Bad doesn't get anything. Probably did, but just imagine that crossover. Yeah. So what else can I praise about this show? That's really about it. Oh, I almost forgot about the big thing that really drives this show. It's the themes. There's a lot of themes in this show that really make it more mature than other shows that other shows don't talk about. But they do talk about in this show because of course they do, because Bluey, unlike other shows, is actually smart. Now there are other shows that address other topics, but not as broad as Bluey. So of course, there's of course Sleepy Time, which is that episode. What other compelling episodes are there? Most of them come from season 3, but we're gonna get to that eventually. Actually, no, we're gonna do the story of season 3. There's the episode Space, where Mackenzie, one of the main characters of the show, gets PTSD after going into like a hole and he goes to a flashback where he thought he was abandoned by his mother at a play park in the mall, which I think anyone can agree that will definitely up a child. So great parenting there, guys. Then there's Turtle Boy, which features a character that is deaf, and they use the Australian version of sign language called Auslan. There's another one that I know of that's very famous as being a very dramatic episode, yet also being very good as well. Copycats, where Bluey is copying her dad, and she sees that a budgie, is injured, and they take it. She and her dad go to the vet, and the doctor tells Bluey that the bird is dead. So Bluey reenacts the events with Bingo to cope with the budgie's death. I'm definitely not reading off the Wikipedia page. Shut up! This episode definitely is a very dark episode. It talks about the subject of death in a very nuanced and respectful way. That's definitely a lot of shows would just say character dead, boom. But I feel like it's really realistic of how a child would try and reenact it in order to cope with the fact that they saw a bird literally die, or not die in person, or a dog, whatever it's like. But of course, then there's the big episode, the one episode that everyone considers to be the most dramatic, nuanced, and one of the best of the show, Onesies. In the episode, we see Chili's sister, voiced by Rose Byrne, who is later revealed. Are you ready for this? In a very nuanced way, she has stayed away from the family because she cannot have kids, because she is infertile. What? Yeah, that's right, folks. The character of a preschool show is infertile. In all my years of watching television, I've not seen a single character of any show that is infertile. It was briefly touched upon in Up, but that's it. Never again, in anything ever. This is not even talked about in other more mature animated shows like Amphibia, Owl House, Gravity Falls. Nowhere. Nowhere at all. Not even Steven Universe. Not even She-Ra. Not even in Dead End Paranormal Park, which, as far as my knowledge, has a bisexual character, has a gay character, has a trans character, it has every goddamn character. Like, holy schlamoli, like, that is definitely a very broad and serious topic, but they handle it in a very, very good way. They don't actually call it infertility in this, because you obviously can't do that, because if you did, then Disney gods would come from the sky and beat the show to death. But they handle it in a very good way. They don't actively call it out. Chile explains it to Bluey in a very good metaphor that that there's something you can't really have anything. So yeah, that's basically Bluey. Yeah, it's just as fantastic as everyone says it is. Great and likable characters, really good animation, a really good score, and tackling themes that I don't think a show like this would probably talk about. So I definitely recommend the show to anyone. Don't watch the show just because you don't think you should watch it because you're a certain age. This is a show that anyone should watch. It doesn't matter if you have kids or not. This is a show that anyone should watch and should respect, because this goes above and beyond of what a preschool show is capable of. It's not just songs and teaching normal lessons. It's about teaching unique lessons and tackling themes that I don't think a show would ever, like this, a preschool show would ever talk about in a million years. But this show did, and it's great. And considering this is coming from Australia, which has a track record of making crappy shows over and over again, this is a diamond in the rough. And that's impressive. I went the entire episode without calling Bluey a boy. I'm impressive of me. I mean, why would I? There's absolutely no way that I would call Bluey a male dog, because he is absolutely not. No, wait, I didn't mean. Oh, god damn it.